Right now, though, she has appeared in some of our favourite shows, from No Angels to, of course, EastEnders. Joyner's back on telly every night this week for the new series of Ackley Bridge, which she has confirmed is going to be her last.
You know, you got my daughter into Oxford University. I would still be a dinner lady if it weren't for you.
I'd have given birth somewhere on the A38, sitting on Lorraine's lap if it weren't for you.
I'll never forget that.
No.
I try to.
No.
Believe me, I try to. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Well, Jo joins me now. Real emotion there, Jo. Obviously, of course, you're acting a part and acting a role, but I think you could tell that there's a bit of sadness.
There is a bit of sadness. Hello, Lorraine. Yeah, also because obviously Sinetra Saka is one of my best friends, and we met years ago doing No Angels. So it was part of the main joy of that job was getting to work together again after all those years. And I suppose there's an element during filming that scene where we were both going, God, has it got to be another 15 years before we get to play again? So yeah, it was, and it's been a long time that I've been on the show. So
of course, but you feel as if for you, yourself, and also for the character, it's kind of time to move on?
Yeah, I mean, funny enough, I felt similar to how Mandy feels in this series, really. Which the whole thing is up and running. It was great to be part of at the very beginning and to set up. But now that it's up and running and it knows what it is and the kids own it all, it's time to move on. I think I felt quite similar to Mandy.
Yeah, job done. Job done. There we are. We can move on. The thing about this show is it really has caught on, especially with young people, which is great because the theme of the show, of course, is entertainment, but also while you're being entertained, there is that education, there is that whole kind of, here's a different culture and you can understand it and you can bring people, like it's called Ackley Bridge, you know, this bridge, and you bring people together,
yeah.
which is terrific, isn't it?
It is. It's about celebrating the differences and finding the similarities in each other's cultures. And, you know, this year we've got our Romani gypsy family joining us. So it's another kind of maybe misrepresented, misunderstood part of society that they're exploring this season. And we've got some great new young kids who, it's always hard to move on. I think the kind of loyal fans who've been with us for 3 years might find it, oh, who are these people? Who's coming now? But that's the nature of a school drama. The kids grow up, they leave, and we get a whole flux of new, brilliant people on board.
Well, exactly. And also, though, that can be a bit of a problem because you did have to stop filming for lockdown. And, of course, you know how fast young people grow, like weeds, they grow. So that must have been quite difficult.
Over these next 10 days, it's going to be like Spot the Difference. We were halfway through filming when we went into lockdown, the first lockdown in March, and then we picked it back up in October, I think. So, I mean, anybody at home knows how quickly some of these lads especially can grow. And I remember coming back in and the costume department going to me, we've got one boy who was a size 6 shoe and now he's a size 10 shoe.
Yeah, that thing about shoes, I know that they grow out of their shoes all of the time. And I did mention the fact that so many young people like it. You all are huge on TikTok. When I say huge, it's multi-million views.
Well, apparently, yes. I mean, I wouldn't know. I leave that to my kids because I'm told that, you know, if your mum joins in, it's a bit embarrassing. So I've left it to them.
But it's a good idea. It's like, oh, look at your beautiful children. They're gorgeous. And we're going to be seeing you in a really exciting project. This is the new Netflix Harlan Coben, the author, of course, with Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I don't have
James
much
Nesbitt.
stuff with it. But it's a fantastic cast. There's Sarah Parish, Chris Jumbo as well. It's really exciting to be part of, and it's in Manchester, which I'm particularly fond of. So although it's been a bit strange because it's still locked down, or you know, it's opening up, it's not quite the same atmosphere. But it's coming back, and I'm looking forward to being there up until the summer.
Yeah, it's really good. I feel as if we're getting towards getting back to normal. I don't want to jinx it, but just a little bit, you know, we are, which is terrific.
And you guys have been fantastic. You know, you've kept us all going. I was looking at Dr. Hillary earlier thinking, oh yeah, this time last year, it's always been such a reassuring voice, hasn't he? So you must be ready for coming out of it all as well.
Of course, it's great. And you can come and be in the studio eventually. That'll be really good. Now look, the last time we talked it was about Shakespeare and Hathaway. Is that coming back? Because it is one of my favourites, and you two are you just work together so well.
Honestly, Lorraine, we have missed each other so much, and Patrick as well there. We've missed each other so much this year, and we were absolutely gutted not to get to do it this September. It was just too soon to kind of book the fantastic buildings and the locations that we use. It was too COVID-y at the time to even go into. So we didn't do it this year. But we were all ready to do it. We had loads of ideas. Everything was in the process. So we're very excited about coming back. We'll start that. I think I finished this one in the end of July, and then at the end of August, I should start some more Shakespeare and Hathaway. Yeah, so we can't wait.
What a lovely position to be in, just bouncing from one fantastic job to the next. Long may it continue for you. Long may it continue. And Athley Bridge, of course, continues tonight, 6 o'clock on Channel 4. Thank you so much for joining us. Also a joy to talk to you. Thank you.
Right.
Cheers. Right, Ross is in Los Angeles for